Click the links for Gab, Odysee, BitChute, and the Discord, which is not the actual chat, but it will lead you to the Salty Cracker chat if you pass Arcadian's rigorous background investigation, which might involve sending him feet pictures. I know Zach thinks of Hama and touches himself longingly and lovingly, but the good days of G.I. Joe were like in the 1980s. It was cool for a very short time period, and then it recently there's been a lot of dog shit out there. This is a cover of 281. I'm not going to talk about this. I just wanted to show you the cover to show you what people are dealing with. Can we get more black breastless lesbians in like everything to show us, I don't know, show us how to be better people? So this is about the issue that comes out tomorrow, which is also going to be dog shit. Cobra storms the Capitol, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero 282, because why not? So how is a peaceful, unarmed unarmed protest where the police open the doors and let you in the building, how does that turn into a violent attempt at a revolution when the globalist media gives it the Covington Catholic treatment? Not to put too fine a point on it, the media lies to further an agenda. They are the enemy of the people and need to be trebucheted into the sun. G.I. Joe Comics comes out tomorrow. It doesn't deal with ISIS or Al-Qaeda or Boko Haram or Israel-Palestine issues or communist shining path in Latin America, drug wars in Mexico, the peaceful people doing peaceful things peacefully wherever, Antifa, BLM, Crips, Bloods, MS-13, Latin Kings, home invasions, or the attacks on Asians, or any of the other bad acts that account for 99.99% of the bad acts. No, they ignore the $2 billion in BLM riots and the 4 dozen people deleted by those people. And they also ignore the many force hugs and sodomy struggle snuggles by BLM and Antifa. BLM has actually gang attacked several women that after they were finished, they deleted them from this mortal coil just because they're absolute sociopaths who the district attorneys routinely ignore. At Antifa camps, the men are not safe from other Antifa men. How do I say this to stay on YouTube? They take each other's back holes in an Antifa camp. Men with men, struggle snuggling other men. If that's ever a risk of an organization that you are a part of, you really got to rethink your life. Anyway, but all that gets ignored, and G.I. Joe goes to the Capitol to fight the MAGA proxies, Cobra. So what exactly is G.I. Joe? Who are they fighting for? Comics seems to focus on fighting American nationalists. That makes the superheroes the bad guys. Well, at least the writers are, which indeed they are. The American nationalists at the protest are the good guys. Why? Because they're nationalists. Antifa and BLM are globalist vermin fueled and funded by Soros and Rothschild's dollar. Nationalism makes a strong, safe place to live. Globalism makes drag kids stripping on stage for groups of filthy degenerates. Antifa and BLM are anti-white Bolsheviks who hate America and want to open the borders, have taxpayer-funded health care, trans kids, health at every size, no police. They want every childish nonsense program that is contradictory and would implode the country, which, I mean, come on, it's already happening. They will vote bread and circuses themselves into a Russian starvation, which at this point, I hear the temptation to accelerate it. Just, step on the gas. What is G.I. Joe fighting for? Aren't they American nationalists? Now, here is where the liar worm tongues whisper into your delicate rose-hued ear. No, they're fighting for global equality, not just for America anymore. Because what is America? It's not a mostly European Christian constitutional republic based on individual liberty and limiting the powers of the government. It'll be a European minority in a few years. President Biden himself said no amendment is absolute. And it's Christian in name only. So what is America? It's not the land of the founding fathers, because go back and read their writings. They were way more based and further to the right than any American nationalist today. They would look at the fat American watching sports ball, owned by and played by people that hate you, and cleaning his 223, who's just waiting for the right time. Hello, this is the spirit of George Washington calling. The right time was years ago. The next right time is now. So G.I. Joe isn't a real American hero because the people who put out comics don't really know what America is. If it can be all things to all people, then it is nothing. Just turn G.I. Joe into the globalist heroes, and they can march under a Soros and Rothschild's flag and protect bankers from criticism on Twitter. G.I. Joe, Captain America, America Chavez, dear Lord, Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel are all diversity, multicultural, who are busy fighting American nationalists, who all suspiciously are blonde-haired, blue-eyed. Weird. What a quinky-dink. I.e., the superheroes are the antagonists, and the nationalists are the underdog resistance. G.I. Joe now seems to be comprised of half African soldiers with a few token blonde, blue-eyed men for the sake of tradition. One of the leads is a breastless woman of color, lesbian, who is stunning and brave at every opportunity. She saves her team from a grenade, throws it back, and gets her arm blown off in the process. Because the message here is breastless lesbians are better soldiers than European American men for some reason. Are there walks buying G.I. Joe comics? No. You'd have to be out of your effing mind if you think that. There's not a chance in hell. Males buy it of various ages, or they used to. I don't think anyone is buying this propaganda. Collectors buy it, and that's about it. Zach buys it and clutches it to himself as he sobs, as he remembers better days. And they were good. Everything in comics was good until about 1990, I guess. If I feel confident saying, if you're looking for movies and comics pre-1990, you're in good shape. There's a lot to choose from. You really don't need new stuff coming out. No, you're not going to take back the culture. You're going to have to separate, physically, geographically separate into your own state of, constitutional republic. Gee, wasn't that America? Yeah, it used to be. It's no longer. You're going to need to literally take Idaho and Oregon peacefully and legally. Don't swap me, bro. And have your own movie companies, have your own comic companies, have your own America where you believe in the Constitution. What a shocking proposal. If you're a straight male paying for this stuff, stop. It's dead. You don't have to keep supporting something that was good 30 years ago. Move on with your life. Eat a vegetable. Go for a walk. G.I. Joe is absolute dog shit. This is issue 282. It's coming out tomorrow. I guess it's written by Larry Hama, who's lost his effing mind. And I know there's a lot of hardcore fans. I'm sure. I listen to Angleton. I love his show. I love comics. And he is so soft on comics. And you think, Zach is going to be hard on comics. No, he's not a shill. But he wants comics to be good, and they're not. And so does Angleton. They both want comics to be good. They're not. They're not coming back. There's no way. And they were bad for a lot longer than you remember. So there's a lot of diversity here. And when there's an opportunity to make somebody a crazy whack job, it's going to look like that. Gee, there's a lot of crazy whack jobs who have blonde hair and blue eyes. What does that symbolism mean? Can somebody explain that? Please don't explain it in the YouTube comments. Arcadian, I'm talking to you. Because YouTube will just delete the channel, which is, I'm surprised I've been on so long. You can explain it on Odysee. What's the symbolism here? Crazy whack job blonde guy with a pock putting him in his place. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to need someone to help me out with this. I'm just reading things at the surface level. Now, Jude Terror is an interesting character because he's a shill writing for a shill publication full of shilly douchebags. But he says something actually kind of interesting here. He's talking about how shitty comics are, plague of overpriced floppies, variant covers, reboots, mega crossovers, which, make you spend more money. He says the comic industry keeps reaching its lowest lows, its darker days. That's a kind of interesting thing to say, so he's crapping on the industry as a whole, which very well he should, but he's a left-wing guy, and he won't criticize individual comics, but he'll shit on the industry as a whole, which it very much deserves. So kind of an interesting character. I would love to have a couple drinks with him in private and just see what he really thinks. It takes two drinks, and just hear what he really thinks. Just no recording devices. Just, I want to hear what you really think. I would love to hear that. Just look me in the eye after 2 cocktails and tell me, you got a lot of experience. You know what's going on. It might take a joint and a couple whiskeys to loosen you up. Yeah, great. These are fucking great. What a fucking mess this is.